What's up, y'all? We're back with a 5.7 vortec, also known as the L31, and we think we found our problem. So, in short, if y'all been following, you'd know we got an Eagle lightweight crank in there, rated up to 500 horse, just about. We got an Escalade cam in her. We got multi-layered, so-called performance bearings, but they're from Summit with some stainless steel coating. We got new cam bearings, rod bearings, the crank bearings are new. We got a new flex plate. We got a new comp lifters from Jegs. We got top end gaskets, along with new covers, everything rebuilt. New plugs, new wires, new cap, rotor, billet distributor, all new sensors up top. And the motor still doesn't run right. It is really sluggish, it's underpowered, it sputters, it has a rough idle, and it just doesn't want to leave the driveway. It is really just like, it's like a timing issue, but we can't figure out why, but we just did. Talked with my teacher at shop, because I'm in training for diesel and automotive technology, and we were talking, and he said that if you don't set the camshaft retard on this truck, it's going to run like crap. And we also looked at, me and my dad, at a bunch of different forums, and it is a common problem for people to forget to set the cam retard on there, and they're going to wonder why it is running like absolute garbage. So, in short, on this truck, unlike a normal 350 where you just throw a timing light on there, you turn the distributor wherever you need it, you make sure it lines up to whatever degree you want for power or less power, whatever you want, and you're done, call it a day. You can't do that on this, unfortunately, due to all these computers and everything. So, what you need to do is you need to make sure you install your distributor to top dead center compression number 1. You need to make sure it lines up with the oil drive, the rod that comes up from your oil pan. Then you need to make sure the rotor lines up with number 1 and on your cap, and you need to make sure that it's tightened to wherever you need it. Then what you got to do is start the truck, plug in an OBD2 scanner, and you need to set the cam retard, because if you don't set the cam retard, like I said earlier, truck's gonna run like dog, like horrible. So this truck can run with the cap or the distributor in one tooth off this way or one tooth off that way. It'll still run, but you don't know whether it's off or not unless you plug in the scanner and look at the cam retard. Now what you need to do is have a buddy in back here turning the distributor while you're revving the engine above 1,000,000, so that you can read the cam retard, because it's not going to be accurate unless it's over 1,000 RPM. Another thing is you need to get that cam retard degree number to as close to 0 as you can. They say there's a leeway of 2 degrees, positive or negative, but you want it as close to 0 as you can possibly get. If it's like positive 30 or positive 25 or positive 22 or something, more than likely you're going to be a tooth off, and you're going to want to cut the motor off, pull the distributor out, move it a tooth in the direction you need, and you're going to have to tighten it back in, start the truck, and reset and look at your cam retard, and you should be within movable spec. Now, another thing on this motor is sometimes the hold down plates are non-adjustable, so you're going to either have to modify it or buy one that is. Thankfully, when we got this truck, we had one that is adjustable. It's more of a C rather than a cutout box. So instead of like this cutout that slides in the distributor, it's more of just a C that kind of holds on it. So we are able to adjust it. So not all motors are the same when it comes to the distributor adjusting on the 5.7 vortec. Sometimes there's a different hold down. But the main point is, if you have done any work that involves removing the distributor, you have to absolutely plug in a scanner and set the camshaft retard on it, or else the truck is not going to run right, and it's going to think the camshaft is in a different position than it actually is, causing the ignition timing to be off, and it is just going to make the motor run crappy and just not right. So if you guys are like me and you have done everything you could possibly think of, and you've set every single electrical problem, possibility, and all that, and you've replaced everything, if you can, you got a buddy with a scanner, plug it in, check your cam retard, because it is known for, on this truck, for the hold down to vibrate loose and for it to change the distributor position, causing your cam retard or cam offset to be incorrect, and it's going to affect your combustion, and it's going to make it run badly. So I know this is a lot of talking, but I hope this helps, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.